Hey guys, it's Tucken coming at you with another game of Geometry Dash. And Jumper's got a little angry face, but we beat it this morning. In Time Machine, well, we're at 96%. So, let's see if we can get somewhere. Got my controller working again. I can't prove it, but... okay. You know, this is just warming up. You know, I'm just warming up. All right. If you do this, it is referred to as a very swag shortcut. It's not a shortcut. A swag technique. Oh my goodness! I don't think I've ever died there. One more for the Time Machine All Death speedrun. Oh yeah, how many attempts have we done? We should check. That'll be interesting. So it didn't save some of the ones we did yesterday. So it says 147. It's at least like 100 or so more than that. We did 1,083 on Jumper on our road to glorious victory. Okay. Not like that. Surely we can show some sort of better performance than that. Okay, now I've died there twice, so all death speedrun, no more progress at all. And my failure to jump there, well, okay. It's like I was getting way too close to him. I think... Oh! Yeah, Q Gaming, exactly. Today's the day. I hope it's the day. It's already been the day of defeating Jumper. But if we beat Time Machine as well, then I'll have to learn the name of the next map. I'm sure I've already seen it written down. I just don't know what the next one is off the top of my head. On account of how I haven't played it. Is it Clutterfunk? I hear that one talked about a lot. Oh, why? I wasn't trying... I am adjusting myself to Geometry Dash. And those deaths are acceptable because of that? Man. Yeah, today's the day, alright. So now time for a cozy black and white section. Well, you know, I jumped slightly at the wrong time. And by slightly at the wrong time, I mean at a time that was fatally the wrong time. Which is pretty far away from slightly if you think about it. Slight would imply, well, whatever I just did there, you know, a slight mistake. Fortunately, reincarnation is real. And the proof of it is in the cheerful cube. I assume he's cubic and not two-dimensional. I assume all of these shapes exist both, you know, like on the plane and then elsewhere. Because, like, well, in a realistic sense, like they're made up of things on the screen, and those don't exist on a plane. I hope they don't. I didn't take physics. I don't know if that would tell me if the shapes in Geometry Dash exist on a plane or not in real space. I bet someone knows. I bet a lot of people know. This is the sort of thing that I would not have learned if I had paid attention in class, because I didn't take physics. And we didn't talk about video games and chemistry. I would have paid the same amount of attention, you know. I did alright in chemistry. I was a chemistry minor in college. Okay, I ran into the roof. Terrible. I did not finish college, of course, but I did take many chemistry classes. I ran into the floor. They didn't teach me not to do that in college. There's a lot they didn't teach me. I don't blame them. I like to learn at my own pace. But the best part of college was that I had the greatest job in the world. I worked at the university library. It was so wonderful. I worked at the public library in high school, and that was great. I mean, the public library is great, but like an academic library, oh my God, it's the greatest place. They have all of the stuff that you could ever need. Like, oh man, it's so cool. And the Library of Congress filing system is just like 100 billion times, yes, actual number, better than the friggin' Dewey Decimal System that plagues public libraries. It's just, anyway, it was a great job. College, take it or leave it. I kind of was only in it because the woman that I was seeing wanted me to be in it, but the job at the library was amazing. I would just wander around technically doing my job and like just taking in that I worked in the coolest place in the whole world. Oh no, I died. Because I was just, you know, like a hired hand at the library, right? So one of my jobs was I had to go around and just like measure the temperature and humidity of random places, you know, like ever so often. Because, you know, when you're trying to preserve, you know, physical materials, you got to care about that stuff. So it was something that I cared a lot about anyway, which is just like making precise measurements. And then I just got to basically wander around the library, which is another thing that I love. But as for actually learning anything in college, not tons. I like I say, I like to learn at my own pace. Some people think I've never learned anything at all. That's not charitable. Only I think that. Other people think that I have learned things, but they can't prove it. I was experimenting with buffering my jumps, and you know, it was good for a second, and then I did it at a segment where I really should have been not doing it. I need to learn to do it more, and it's very excellent, you know. I don't know if I'm ever going to get accustomed to doing it for the orbs, but I don't know if I'm doing that right. It doesn't matter. I'm clearly not doing it right because I died. like, I was buffering my jumps. I was holding the button down, and it went fine until it didn't. No, I'm sure it only counts as buffering it when you're, like, in the air waiting, and everywhere else you were just maintaining it. Being a bouncy blockhead. How many attempts will it take me to beat Time Machine? That one doesn't really count. It'll count in the numbers, but I don't know what was going on. I don't know what was going on between the chair and my brain. Is this human body to blame? It's hard to say. I'm unlikely to be issued another one, so I guess I'm supposed to just make do. You're kidding me. Can't believe I did that. Terrible. Terrible. It'll be alright. Why? Why? Something about things that I mentally think of as very easy. And the way they become, in some manner, immediately impossible. I'm like, yeah, only a complete fool would run directly into this pyramid. And yet... well, you know, I messed that up. I've only gotten past there like twice, so it's not surprising that I messed it up again. I should have leaned forward, you know, when I failed to lean far enough forward beforehand, that was, you know, that was an insufficient, like, focusing of my psychic energies. If I've learned one thing from Pokemon, it's that you're supposed to focus before trying to cast Hyper Beam, or it's just not going to work. I mean, you could do it afterward, but you should probably focus beforehand too. I know those aren't the names of the moves. I'm speaking more theoretically. You got to be sure of what you're doing. Don't just run right into a wall. Practice first. Man, I haven't played Pokemon in too long. I am, as you might expect, a Gen 1 guy. I don't mean I haven't played modern Pokemon. I haven't, and I don't care. I mean I haven't played Gen 1 in too long. I bet it doesn't hold up at all, and I'll love it anyway. At work, sometimes kids will be like, what's your favorite Pokemon? And I'll be like, well, you know, probably Farfetch'd. and they're like mines, and then they say the name of a totally made up, not real Pokemon, and I'm like, I don't know what that one means. And then they helpfully explained to me that it came out like 20 years ago and I'm an incredibly old person. But back in my day, there were 151 Pokemon, or maybe 152, and we liked it. We didn't have this game, unfortunately. God, I would have loved this game growing up. It would have been so much fun to burn away the hours. I would have tried to get it onto like one of the graphing calculators or something. It wouldn't have worked. We didn't have the technology back then. I ran into the wall again. You say, am I reading this? Is that like a term for like just going through it, having not done it? Yeah, I've never done practice mode here. I didn't do it on any of the other maps I've done, the mainline ones. Which is probably why it took me 1,083 attempts on Jumper. But yeah, I don't know what is coming after where I've been, and I have not practiced any later segments without doing the thing beforehand. All normal mode, all the way. I would say I'm a new Geometry Dash player, but I don't think I am anymore. I started playing a week ago, but I think I've played like 23 or 24 hours so far. I think it's really fun. I've definitely seen bigger-faced levels. I haven't gotten a single coin. Someone in chat yesterday said that if I really put my mind to it, they thought I could beat a demon in like a month. And I was like, man, that's... They didn't see me fall down like that before they said that. So, you know, like, don't hold their assessment against them. I was like, wow. That sounds like I will have to get a lot better, which is no surprise. I'm not very good, which I don't have to explain to you. You saw what I just did. You saw it all. Written there very clearly. Drawn in geometric shapes, as if to represent my demise. I think, you know, because there's so many ways to die in a level in Geometry Dash, but there's definitely some that are, like, more shameful. More shameful than others. Yikes. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna beat a demon soon, guys. I'm just gonna crash a rocket ship into a stationary little triangle there, just hanging out. Just a big old dinosaur jaw with like all of the space that one could ever want, and I'm just gonna crash to the side of it. That's me, guy that's gonna do a demon. Absolutely ridiculous. I don't want to be mean to the person who made that assessment of me, but you're way off. You're way off. Man. Shameful. Shameful and embarrassing. It's okay. I thought I was going to crash there. That would have been even worse. Well, not worse. It would have been the same. it's like, I feel dumb for saying this, but like, so the mirror portals, you can see what's going to be coming on the other side, and yet, like, for some reason, all I can ever see is, like, just stay focused, you're about to turn backwards. I jumped to the top again. At least I had the timing down in my head. Hello, Liam. Like, what's going on? Clixic. Hello. Sorry, yes, I am reading this, just like not all at one time. You say first human recommendation is probably shipped by Serptop. Turn off auto rotate. I don't know what that means. Yeah, sorry. I normally read chat somewhat more, but I sometimes read it too much in the middle of runs, and then I die. You know, which makes sense. The duality of video game playing on the internet is like wanting to do well, but not wanting to ignore people that are talking to you. Although, ignoring people is awesome. I mean, not to be like hurtful, but like as a general approach to life. Are you joking? Practice for the next level? Yeah, everybody's been telling me to practice all along. Are you, oh man. And I totally get that it would, you know, help me. And that no one looks down on you for using practice mode. But there's just this feeling when I get to the end of a level in Geometry Dash, because I'd never watched anybody play this before. I never played it myself. I watched one video about somebody cheating in it, and I don't remember anything from it, except that I watched the whole video. But this is not about that. So it's like, whenever I finally get through a level, and I see that shimmery little end there, and I realize I finally did it, like, I have no idea what's happening between the beginning and the end, you know? Like, I don't know what these maps look like. I've never looked over somebody's shoulder and seen them. And I feel like practice mode would rob me of that. Like, I would already know what would be coming. So it would just be like, okay, yeah, I did what I knew I had to do. No joy of discovery, no joy except in triumph, I guess. Which is fine. If I couldn't do the levels, then maybe I would do practice mode, but I have fun. Even, like, failing 1,083 times on Jumper, I never thought, like, I'm not having fun doing this. I said various rude things about my ability, mental acuity, agility, stamina, charisma. I mean, all of it. Hello, Josiah. Good afternoon or night. It is night now. But, you know, what I didn't do was say I'm frustrated or bored with this game. But I should probably start practicing at some point. I mean, I was stuck on Can't Let Go for a hot minute. It was hundreds and hundreds of attempts on Can't Let Go as well. It wasn't 1,000, I think it was like 500 or 600 though, before I finally got Can't Let Go. too. Like, what if I improve too fast? Well, then I'll be at the stuff that's hard, and then I won't get better anymore, and I'll just be like stuck at the hard stuff. So, you gotta pace yourself so that you can still feel good about your Geometry Dash accomplishments. You don't want to be beating demons your first weekend. You gotta spread that out. I assume. I don't think I'll ever beat a demon. Even if I play this game for like a super long time, I bet I just play. Alas, I bet I just play like weird levels or like unique artsy ones. Maybe I would get into the crazy difficult competitive-ish stuff, but although I've been loving the mainline attempts and stuff, I've been like just so impressed with some of the custom maps people have sent me, with the creativity and the beauty that they get in this engine. It's really, really impressive stuff. Tumble and immediately jump. I'm supposed to tumble and then immediately jump. Tumble is my name for falling down one block for a little cheerful tumble of the skull, the tile, the blank face suffering one. They go by many names, but ever perpetually with what can be called a grin, but what is really a thin-lipped glare of resignation. How many times will I die here, he asks. Oh, probably at least once more, buddy. Probably at least once more. But if not here, there are a myriad of other places that you could perish. Time Machine is only the nearest place to leave your bones, but the whole world is an opportunity for you to die. My beloved green cube. No! Not there. He died at 96 on the medium demon. Oh, that must have been heartbreaking. You say that TikTok got banned in the USA. Yeah, they passed that law some time ago. I guess the implementation was scheduled for today. Hello, Bouncy Block. But I try not to talk about current events too much, but that is just, recognizably definitely what is going on. Yeah, I don't use a smartphone. If you're new here, then you wouldn't know that, but I have like a flip phone. I never use it. I don't care about it at all. But to be even more old man, so there's a line in a Bob Dylan song. It goes, "Don't criticize what you can't understand." And although I'm as human as the next person, I try to remember that when I'm in public, like, hey, maybe don't try to pass judgment on a thing that you don't use or really know that much about beyond, reading a couple of news articles here or there, or, your impressions on whoever uses it. Because like many people, I have a temptation to think that, like, my opinions are more valid than others or whatnot, but do I ever really know what I'm talking about? I'm not sure. I did it again. I didn't jump again. That's not what I needed to do. I needed to drop down and jump there. But I do want to say something mean about it, like maybe the kids at work will do their job instead of looking at their phones all day. They won't, though. They'll just use a different app to talk to each other. Like, I don't want to sound ignorant, like my world's gonna change. You see 89%'s close? Yeah, I've been to 96. But, that last segment, it's tricky, especially since I haven't done practice mode. So, you gotta make it through silly, not very dangerous dinosaur jaw part. And then please jump over the initial sparkly thing part. And then this part that I didn't really name because, who dies here? That part. And then peaceful black and white part that still needs to have some respect put on it. Because you can die here same as anywhere else, even though I just don't feel like I will. And then that part that was real tricky before I figured it out. Push the buttons at the right time. Then you've got triple spike land. Spin around. And this part's like sort of peacefulish for a bit, and you're like, wait, what's gonna happen? Oh yeah, down, down, jump, jump, tumble, jump, jump, jump. That's right. That's right. It goes upside down there. It goes upside down there. Hello, I am. Nice to see you again. Yep, so there's another 96%. That's how far I've been. I might have died at a slightly different pixel before, but that's where I've been. Why don't I just run into these things? It's 12:02 a.m. for you? Yes, it is. It's 12:04 a.m. for me. Unfortunately, we are getting somewhat close to my bedtime. Really, I'm supposed to like try to wind things down around midnight, just because, Well, I've got to work in the morning, and my brother has to go to sleep, and the dog is a grumpy old man, and I'm loud. I'm so loud when I get excited, and I can't ever shut up. But I can squeeze a little bit more time out before we have to call it. Ah, why? I have not seen videos of extreme demons in this game. I have been sent extreme demons and laughed somewhat hysterically as I died 30 or 40 times in the first seconds. But no, I have not watched any Geometry Dash content or levels or anything. I would not recognize any of the major creators by name unless they also happen to do the sort of stuff which I watch, which is unlikely, because I watch real-time strategy games. Anyway, I watch a lot of Warcraft 3. There's still a relatively thriving Warcraft 3 pro scene, even now, 28 years after the first one came out, or the first Warcraft 3, whatever, after Warcraft 3 came out, But talking about my Warcraft 3 videos that I watch is not going to help me beat this level, and I know you're saying, is anything going to? No, not really. But like I said, or rather was in the middle of saying before I gave up on talking, I haven't given up. Maybe I should. Maybe it being past my bedtime is, you know, important for. Oh my god. I'm gonna cheerfully continue a couple more attempts. Oh man. You'll see that if you watch me. I will I will like give an impression of a person who knows how to play, not like well, obviously not well, but they'll be like, "Oh, look, they did a jump, and oh, look, another little jumpsy, a little jumpsicle, little ring around the rosy," and then I'll do that, you know. But you know, I figure that's what keeps the people coming back. The terribly obvious failure points that I apparently can't stay away from. Okay. Oh. All right. I think I am actually getting kind of sleepy. That doesn't mean we're not going to be Time Machine. It does mean that I'm sort of having trouble keeping my eyes open. So, let's start the sign off. Maybe the last run, maybe a triumphant run. If we die pretty soon, we'll keep on talking and do another one though. But thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I really hope you enjoyed. Geometry Dash is so fun. Even when I die in this room, it's still fun. Embarrassing, but fun. Pink dinosaur jaws are avoided today. In the event that I beat Time Machine right in front of you, we'll play the next level briefly. But if not, we will play at least some Geometry Dash tomorrow. I'm probably going to play Red Dead Redemption 2, which I've never played before. I'm probably going to start streaming that tomorrow. That's the plan. But maybe that won't work out. But I'm going to make some time for Geometry Dash anyway. One more. Hi, Kabir. You know, I almost made it through the portal. I'm so bad. Anyway, last attempt. Sorry to anyone who's just showed up, but we are getting to the end of the stream. It is my bedtime. But hopefully this will be the glorious attempt. But I work tomorrow, but only half of the day, so we should have at least an hour of Geometry Dash streaming interspersed in there. And perhaps I will see you there, if the accident will. Well, it's gotta be the last one. I gotta go to bed. There we go. Alright, so that was attempt 240 that it tracked. No big deal. Jumper was 1083. I think we'll definitely get it before that. But that will, that'll have to be that. Sorry guys, gotta go to bed. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Good night, Emerald and Bouncy Block. Good night, Q and Kabir. Good night, Liam and Josiah. Good night, the True One and Das. Good night, Clixic. Good night, Q Gaming and Brain Guy. Good night, everyone. Hope you have an excellent evening. If you're watching this from the future, disregard all of the time-sensitive information, and I hope the weather is nice.